So I just kind of realized that this game is still very much in the air, and I never. It's crazy because in previous AI only battles, by this point in the video series, usually around this number, we're able to kind of figure it out. We're able to kind of figure it out to at least maybe 5, at least 3. Honestly, at this point, who freaking knows? Who knows? Because for one, we don't even know if a cultural victory is even possible. We've got Germany failing with a lot in terms of influence. We've got Germany failing with plenty of CIVS who right now are leading the game in terms of a cultural victory, but they've got a bunch of culture. And right now, it doesn't look like William will ever catch Germany. So we don't even know if it's possible, but if it comes to a score, who knows at that point? Right now, it's the Shoshone, but you got to worry about the Iroquois if you're the Shoshone. And then we have the ideology system coming up soon, and that's going to just complicate things even more. So I don't even know what to think. And we haven't hit that point yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. So we'll see. I mean, that's the big point. When culture victories, when the ideological part of the game starts to hit, those mechanics start to hit the game, we're going to see some crazy stuff. And I don't know. That's going to be a big point in the whole cultural victory aspect. So anyways, we'll see. I have no idea. I have no idea. Is anybody at 0 so far? The Mayan, the Aztecs, Portugal, the Celts, Korea, and Venice. That's myself. I didn't think anyone really figured any of these CIVS would win anyways. I think you could probably eliminate a few CIVS from the possibility of winning. Maybe just these guys because they are already pretty small empire, or they've lost too much. They've lost their capital or something like that. So, yeah. I mean, although someone like Korea definitely has the opportunity of completely changing that around. They could easily change that around. So, I don't know. You know, surprisingly enough, too, Isabella only has, I think, 2 cities. She's still very high in score at 495. She's in 4th place. Now, that is crazy. So the Zulu pieced out with Carthage. And I'm thinking that, if anything, Shaka's got to be going to war with somebody else. And here are those Pathfinder armies. This, like, Pathfinder scout armies that the Shoshone have set out to figure out what the hell is going on in this world. This French boat, I forgot, has been stuck there forever. Can we just talk about Austria here for a second and how awesome Salzburg is? Jeez. I don't know why I'm just so glad. It's just the funniest thing to me. It's so hilarious. Out of all the CIVs, like out of all of them, Austria was the only one to do it. Who had their settler sitting in Vienna for like 7 videos. They were the only person to get that far away. They actually might have maybe even the furthest. No, actually, I think England might have the award for furthest city away from their capital. Nottingham. Too populated city. Really, Elizabeth? Was that really worth it? See, that's not even funny to me. Now this, Salzburg is hilarious. I just look at it and I just laugh. Anyways, Denmark is pieced out with Carthage. I'm sure it's because Harold's losing a lot of troops. We've really been keeping a good eye on this. And I think that Munich is... Again, Munich has all the German troops over this way. They're in the east. I'm wondering what France is thinking. I'm wondering what Sweden is thinking. Honestly, it looks as though Germany seems to be one of the weakest, since they have no units inside of Berlin. Someone can get a whole lot more powerful. Again, Poland is very much in this game. Honestly, if Poland just sets their sights on Berlin with all the cannon units they have right here, they could walk in there and take all of their great works. And probably their tourism. And then, you know, Poland is already making a crap load of social policies. So, yeah, it's just Poland could easily make a big difference here. Extremely big difference. So what else do we have? Polynesia denounced Morocco. The denouncements are still happening. Rome stayed quiet. Byzantium has stayed quiet. And the Huns are starting to get more and more of an army up. They've got 3 ships here in the Mediterranean, and 2 strong ones with 2 frigates and 1 caravel. That's enough to take over something. I mean, they might be the ones to take over Carthage. Who knows? They're going to need a little bit more than just that, but they could do it. Who's lowest in score? Dang it, there's so many distractions here. So far, lowest in score is actually Portugal, then Carthage, then Alexander, then America. At least America's not lowest in score. Then the Ottomans. And by the way, over the break, I don't know why, I just kind of wanted to shed some light on the Ottomans. I think the Ottomans have had the... I don't know, I would like to kind of focus in on a few of these other CIVs that I haven't talked about too much. And you got to understand, it's really hard. It's really hard to get to everyone. I try to focus on where the wars are happening and where are the civs that are leading in terms of score or in terms of victory type. I try to focus on those civs when there's not a big war going on. But for some civs like Arabia, like Babylon, like the Middle Eastern region, like the Ottomans, pretty much that entire region has been so quiet. It's been hard to focus on them. But yeah, I have a spy in Persia and the Ottomans, just to give them both a little bit of spotlight here. It's just unfortunate that they haven't really spread anything else. I mean, Persia's been a little bit in the limelight because of their religion, and they're really the only people. The Persians are really the only, I guess, religious type that it's keeping Shinto in the Eastern Asian region. So, I mean, that's a big thing that Persia's been doing. Babylon still isn't caught up in technology, and that's because their population just isn't high enough, I think, to catch up. Just they don't have the high enough score just yet. Anyone else starting to trade like England is to the New World? We've got Morocco somewhat doing it. Are you serious? Wow. Man, I never even realized how important a center of trade this is. This canal city is so important because this offers Polynesia the opportunity of trading with someone like the Inca, who they would never be able to. They'd be forced to trade with the Aztecs if they wanted to go to South America, or the Shoshone, which I'm sure they didn't want to, because I know that they've got to be feeling a little bit threatened for the Shoshone. Japan's doing the same thing England's doing, just in the Pacific. Yeah, the Japanese are doing a great job trading with through the Pacific Ocean. But yeah, no, this is such a good city. I mean, the Shoshone could get a lot of power from this, but it's a hard city to take. That's the thing. Unless you have a bunch of boats, you're not going to be able to take the city. And they have no boats out here in the Gulf of Mexico. The Shoshone have really been focusing in on kind of boats out here in the western and northern American region. And they haven't really expanded outward anymore. Seattle is right here, but they have just kind of, they've tried to attack Seattle a few times, but they haven't brought over enough ships to really make any difference. That's the problem. So yeah, I mean, we're starting to see some European militaries starting to get real big. Let's double check on the big war in the heart of Europe. So again, I think those pikemen have fallen or they've retreated back. Looks like Elizabeth actually is getting up a few composite bowmen. There's no one protecting the city in modern-day Scotland for Denmark. I mean, there's a few ships that they can send over, but still, we've got 3 sea beggars now. 3 sea beggars from William. And a lot of musketeers from France. A lot. I mean, still it would be tough to take this city. Although, actually, no, it wouldn't. These are all melee boats. Actually, no, this is a range boat, but still, range boat and the trebuchet, the bombardment from the city. It'd be close, but for attacking with musketeers, France would be able to dominate. Okay, so let's check what we got here. Okay, this is gonna be a big moment. That's a big World Congress, and I love that. Again, it remains inside of Europe because of the wonders that they've generated, and because, well, I guess England has been extremely expansive because they got. I would assume that because of their starting bonuses, that's why England was able to be able to vote in the World Congress and be able to control a vote for so long in the World Congress. But yeah, it's interesting to see that Europe controls that sort of thing and that they pretty much can kind of assert their will on whoever they want. I believe that William and Elizabeth are friends. I think they are. But I'm just not 100% on that situation. Yeah, I have no idea. Anything else going on in the world? Nothing much. Arabia and Egypt are still at war. It looks like Egypt's lost a significant amount of troops. We still only see maybe about 3 musketmen, which is not enough for Rome. And you know what? The world's kind of missed out because Morocco was down to like 1 unit protecting their capital. Someone like Portugal really missed out. Very much. Now, what are the Shoshone doing with their military? Oh man, this might be this might be it for America. Looks like they're actually trying to oh man. It's funny because I love that there's a lot of fans still rooting for Alaskan American. What cool name can I call them? The American Alaskan Empire? I don't know, but I know that there's a lot of people still rooting for them. There's only 2 cities left, but this might be the end here. It could be. You have a crossbowman. You have some ships. It might not happen. I mean, still for an AI, you'd have to. America might even be able to help out the Iroquois, someone like the Iroquois. No. No! How did they lose it? How did they lose it? Dang it. Ugh. I hate this. Well, the last thing they were able to do was... I'm going to embargo a city-state again. I don't want to have an impact. At least the last Elizabeth proposal, they were able to do something significant. And so cultural heritage sites... Oh, that was not passed. So that refrains from keeping William getting a little bit, generating too much culture and being unstoppable from anyone else outside of Europe. Because as you can see, because anyone inside of Europe has an opportunity of taking over someone like William to cause a big impact. But in terms of wonders, how much culture would have that generated them? 3 times 13. Holy crap, that's 39. 39 culture just from wonders. Wow. So yeah, that's very good for the worlds that they denounced that. I guess that they downvoted. The Inca have publicly denounced Persia. And I believe that the Huns were in fact embargoed. Now for an AI, that's huge. That's going to really stop them. An AI on Prince? Let's just go ahead and look at it. -10. Well, they've got enough gold stockpiled up to last them a while. Oh, see, I never realized how much those embargoes are really having an impact for an AI. On Prince difficulty, that has a huge impact. Surprised that even France was able. How the hell is France able to do that? France have this good of a -34. I'm sorry, -64 gold. You're talking about for several turns too. It hasn't stopped their military, so maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Even though they're playing on Prince, maybe it doesn't stop the AI that much. So we have Persia playing against Gandhi. That's what I figured. Because you can see that he's got a lot of units right here next to Delhi. And we have the Ottomans playing against Alexander. Unfortunately, if Byzantium doesn't do it, no one will. I don't think Austria is strong enough yet. I wonder if Austria's gotten up a military here, just south in Salzburg. Nope, nothing just yet. Well, I mean, they've got a warrior. Wow. One measly warrior. All right, Austria, you're really going places. I love it. I love it. I wonder if the Shoshone are thinking about settling here in Madagascar. Ethiopia getting more and more of a navy themselves. It might be to kind of defend against a growing Arabian power just north in Mecca. Maybe maybe Ethiopia's feeling a little bit threatened by Arabia. Oh, the Huns and Denmark are still at war. So this is helping. This is helping even more. So let's see, what is Germany? Germany's down to about only a handful of units. You've got riflemen, which actually are a little bit ahead in technology. We actually, you know what? Riflemen, Germany and William are the first people, I think, to have riflemen. I don't believe anyone else. Oh, no, the Shoshone do. And actually, they have the technology bonus here against the Iroquois. If they want to attack, this would be a good opportunity for them to do so. Okay, America's still alive. They have survived here. Just barely. Lots of Japanese samurai out here. China seems like, I think they're okay in technology, but they just have, well, it's their unique units, so I guess I'll let it pass. I was about to bash them for keeping their unique units around, but everyone does it, so I guess I get it. I don't think we're gonna get the opportunity of seeing clean borders anytime soon. I think the borders are not gonna get any cleaner than this. Well, they might get a little bit, maybe. I'll probably get a bit cleaner by a few turns from now. So what do we got? We have Persia, secretly plotting against Paco. Is that's Mayan? Yeah, Mayan. Well, that's really far away for you, man. That's incredibly far away. That's ballsy of you. I give you credit. Spain. Who would have thought that these European colonies would still be there? I am kind of, well, I mean, Austria obviously has the superior colony in the New World in South America, but these colonies are here too. And you can't forget about Sweden's colonization of the middle of Asia. So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense. But right now, I mean, I feel like if anyone were to compete with Florence, it'd have to be Austria. Oh my gosh. It would have to be Austria. I was so happy with the Celts too. I really started kind of feeling it when the Celts got their third city down. I was like, oh my gosh, the Celts are the best ever. But, you know, Denmark really capitalized on a lack of Celtic fleets out there in the North Sea. So we kind of lost some hope there. Lost a lot of hope there. Is Shoshone mobilizing? They're mobilizing. They're kind of, but not really. There's a huge mountain range here, so it's difficult. It's difficult for them to do so. The Shoshone are slowly kind of moving away in score, though. I don't think Attila will ever catch up. Isabella definitely not. Ethiopia is slightly starting to catch up with Spain. Spain has only got that high of a score because of Catholicism. Catholicism is probably a pretty strong religion, so I'm guessing that's why they're there. Zulu, I'm surprised at Japan's score. Japan's doing good, but that's also another religion thing. Again, these civs with these dominant religions, it's helping them out a lot in terms of score. A lot. So Darius is playing against Korea. He's pretty much playing against everybody. I should probably move that spy out of the way so we don't continue to get spammed with those messages. Mongolia's gotten themselves a military. Germany's denounced the Iroquois. And I'm so surprised that we haven't seen ideologies just yet. It is 1902, though. Again, I talked about this a few videos ago. I love the fact that, like technology-wise, we're somewhat on par with the real world. You know, people are starting to transition to riflemen. They've got about 4 or 5, about like 10 to 20 more turns to do great war infantry, then infantry, and it's just interesting. Ideologies aren't coming into play until probably about the 1940s. It's funny to see this kind of play out in a realistic scenario. It's going to be interesting to see how it is in modern day when we get to 2015. Now, that is going to be pretty awesome when we actually get to 2015, because we will. We'll probably get to 2015, and we're going to see exactly what the implications of this world are. Yeah, you got to think that I think America's time is running out. They're going to send all these musket men over towards Atlanta, and then more than likely the Navy here in the Pacific is going to go after Seattle. But maybe not. Who knows? Maybe the Iroquois can save them. Maybe they'll just get distracted and go after the Mayan. Those are both opportunities that could keep Washington alive for a bit longer. Maybe a bit longer. I'm not sure. And also, now that I think about it, we're probably going to want to discover uranium soon. Yeah, uranium should kind of be... I think I might do that pretty soon. Not too soon. I think we're still a ways away. I think we're still getting into about that 50 technology range. Let's go ahead and really quick, because it's just really entertaining to see exactly if Siam is catching up in terms of technology. They are. Yep. Siam is one day going to pass up Siam. I don't know when it's going to happen, but they will. It even looks like Germany's catching up slightly, surprisingly enough. The Zulu are now starting to pour it on. All right, guys, looks like I'm going to have to stop it right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.